One morning, a man was working alone in his field. He was used to waking up early and working in the field until late. He worked in the field in the morning, and in the afternoon he painted in a small, dimly lit house. "Hey, old friend, why don't you show your paintings to people?" a farmer from nearby asked him. He put down his work, looked up, and said in a low voice, "Who would want to see them? Would I be laughed at again for only being able to paint in proper nudes? Also, I'm too old for this." "No, my friend," the farmer answered, pointing far away. He walked off, then came back soon with a horse. "Look at this horse. At first, I thought it could not run far, but once when I was lost, it ran with me for many miles to get home. Why? Because it believed in itself." The man watched the farmer leave with his horse. He sat quietly thinking about a lot of things. He remembered his hard past. He was born in a village in Normandy, France. He gave up his love for painting to help his parents with farming. It wasn't until he was 23 years old that he moved to Paris to study painting. To survive, he traded his sketches for shoes, his paintings for a bed to sleep in, and even sold cheap drawings of nude women for money at 35. He moved back to a rural area near Paris called Barbizon, where he lived for 27 years. Living in the country didn't make his life easier because no one liked his paintings. He had a tough time supporting his wife and 9 children. He was so poor that he sometimes didn't eat for days. As the sun began to set, casting long shadows on the ground, the man found himself standing in the doorway of his small, dimly lit home. His gaze was drawn towards a scene unfolding not too far from where he stood. There in the middle of the field, under the palette of the setting sun, a man and a woman were working together. Their clothes were smeared with the dirt of the earth, their faces lined with the wear and tear of a day's hard work. The man was hunched over, his strong hands plunging into the soil, unearthing the fruits of their labor, potatoes round and brown. Each potato was a testament to their toil and sweat, a symbol of their struggle and perseverance. And as each one was unearthed, the woman would carefully pick them up and place them in a large brown sack resting on a wooden cart nearby. The sack was already bulging with their hard-earned produce, a testament to the long day's labor. In the distance, a church bell began to toll, its sound echoing across the field. It was a deep, echoing sound ringing out over the fields, one that spoke of the ending day and the promise of rest. The man and woman paused for a moment, their hands stilled, heads bowed as they listened to the bell. The tolling seemed to stir something within the man. Awakening. A sense of peace amidst the labor, a sense of purpose amidst the struggle. He felt an irresistible urge to capture this scene. He was an artist after all. And the story of this hard-working couple, their bond with the earth, and their simple, uncomplaining life touched something deep within him. He wanted to share their story with the world, to make the invisible visible, to bring light to their humble existence. He walked back into his home, picked up his paintbrush, and started to paint. This painting became the famous The Angelus, a masterpiece that would immortalize the couple and their story for centuries to come. His name was Jean-François Millet. The farmer's words, "Believe that you can run 1,000 miles and your time will come," finally came true. The Angelus, along with his other works like The Gleaners and The Sower, were shown at the 1867 World Fair in Paris. People were finally attracted to his paintings that showed the quiet beauty of nature. A famous writer in France, Romain Rolland, once said in The History of Modern Art, "There are 2 heroes, Beethoven in music and Millet in painting." Many years later, the Angelus is shown again at the World Fair. But this time across the Atlantic in New York, people who see it are moved by its portrayal of human kindness and endurance through hardship. For decades, Millet faced hardship and pressure. He struggled to make a living and his art wasn't appreciated. People laughed at him and he even thought about giving up, but he didn't. He kept going even in the toughest times. And today he is remembered as a bright star in the world of art because once someone told him he was a horse that could run 1,000 miles. And from that day on, he believed he was. You may find yourself in Millet's story. You too might be working tirelessly towards your dreams, feeling the weight of the world on your shoulders, with the fear of failure looming over you. Maybe you're the artist no one understands, the teacher whose efforts have not yet been seen, the volunteer whose impact is yet to be felt, or the dreamer whose visions remain dreams. You might think, why am I doing this? Is it even worth it? Your family might not understand. Your friends might question you. People might laugh at you. The world might overlook you. But you, only you, hold the power to your destiny. You must believe in yourself even when it seems like no one else does. Even when it's hard. Even when you're lost and tired, you need to hold on to that spark inside you and never let it die. Don't be discouraged by the wait. It may take a while. It may take many no's. It may take countless disappointments. But remember, every no brings you closer to a yes. Every failure brings you one step closer to success. Keep fighting for what you love and believe with passion and sincerity, and one day the world will see your true worth. One day you will prove them all wrong. You are not just any horse. You are a horse that can run 1,000. Thanks for watching and stay blessed.